Welcome to the Beginner Guitar Academy podcast, a podcast where we provide tips and tricks to take the confusion out of learning to play guitar. Beginner Guitar Academy is a fast-growing online guitar school taking you from complete beginner to well-rounded guitarist. So are you ready for your next guitar lesson?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Here's your host, Amazon best-selling author of the book Learn to Play Electric Guitar, Paul Andrews.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Beginner Guitar Academy podcast. And in this episode, we're going to be discussing how to improve your up-strum and not miss strings. And this is a really important topic because this is a question I get asked by beginner guitar players all the time. Because you're getting your down strums rocking, but it's those up strums letting everything down and making the song sound a bit jerky. It's really kind of messing with the rhythm. So that is what we're going to be discussing today, and we're going to try and fix that problem for you. Before we get into that though, I just want to quickly do a bit of housekeeping. And just remind all Beginner Guitar Academy members that this Saturday we have our Learn 5 Nirvana Riffs song workshop. So for an hour on Zoom, you can join me and we're going to learn 5 rockin' Nirvana riffs. Now, if you're not a member of Beginner Guitar Academy and you'd like to check out our workshop, you can head over to onlineguitarworkshop.com and you can sign up for just $1. That's going to give you a 14-day trial of Beginner Guitar Academy. And in that time, obviously, you can take one of our fortnightly workshops and see what all the fuss is about, because they're really cool. So yeah, come and hop on, take a trial, just $1, and yeah, come join me. You'll get access to the whole website as well, our course, all our song library, the riff library, forums, so you can ask me questions, you can post me videos and get my feedback, all just for $1, and obviously take in the live workshop. So check that out, guys, onlineguitarworkshop.com, and I hope to see you in the next workshop. Now, let's dive in and talk about how to improve your up-strum. Today, we're going to be discussing how to improve your up-strums and to stop missing strings. So firstly, we're going to take our strumming arm and we're going to break it into 3 parts. So the elbow, the wrist, and the fingers. So starting off with the elbow, we want the elbow position on top of the guitar. Its job is to hold the guitar close to our body and also to pivot. So we can then move down and up. So that's where most of the movement is going to come from the elbow. Next up is the wrist. And for the wrist, we want to be rotating our hand so the pick is stroking across the top of the strings. It's not crashing into them. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is they're not rotating enough. So as they're coming up, they're crashing into those top strings because they're not getting enough rotation in the wrist. So bear that in mind. We want to rotate enough so the pick goes across the top of the strings and does not crash into the side of the strings. Also, with your wrist, we want to be thinking about that key in the lock. So that's the main goal there, the rotation. Key in the lock, moving up and down. And there will be a little bit of movement coming from there for the strumming. That's going to make it really smooth, but it'll also be from the elbow as well. And lastly, fingers. So in regard to the fingers, it's the pick. So we want to have a very light pick. So somewhere around 0.40 to 0.60 is a very nice thin pick. The thinner the pick, the more forgiving it's going to be when it moves across the strings. The thicker it is, the more resistance it's going to have. So you'll end up crashing into the strings and it's going to be harder to go through them. So bear that in mind. Start with definitely a thin pick. It's going to make it so much more easier. Also, you want to have a very light grip. You may find the pick actually spins in your fingers. You may find you're picking up off the floor because you dropped it, but it's persevere because it takes a bit of time just to get used to the grip. So as I'm strumming, I've got very, very light grip. If I take it off, I can spin it in my fingers. It's taken me a little time to develop that grip so I can keep hold of it. So these are the points I really want you to practice. So again, going back through, elbow, position at the top. That's where most of the movement is going to come from. From the wrist, we want to be rotating. So the pick is stroking the strings and not crashing into them. And then fingers is the pick. So nice thin pick. Make sure we've got a nice light grip as well. No tension there because that's going to make the strumming sound very forced. And again, it's going to be rigid and it will crash into strings more. So there's a few tips to take away. Have a little play with some of them. And I hope that makes your strumming sound better. And there we go, how to improve your up-strum. So take it away now and really focus on those areas when you're practicing your elbow, your wrist, and your fingers, and really try and dial in that technique. And you'll probably find your up strums will be better than your down strums. And in a future episode, we might do how to get your down strums to sound as good as your up strums. But that might be a few months down the line. So again, hopefully you've enjoyed that, guys. If you haven't already, check out beginnerguitaracademy.com to get your $1 trial. And as I said at the beginning of this episode, if you want to take in our next workshop, come and check us out, onlineguitarworkshop.com, and on that page it will tell you what the next workshop is. And yeah, come and check it out, and I'd love to see you on Zoom, hang out with me for an hour, and have some fun. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Beginner Guitar Academy podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more information, updates, or to start your membership today, please visit us at www.beginnerguitaracademy.com. Until next time, take care.